Psalm 47, verses 6 and 7. Sing praises to God, sing praises. Sing praises unto our King, sing praises. For God is the King of all the earth. Sing ye praises with understanding. You know, David is a great psalmist, and when he led the people of God, the children of God, Israel, he instituted praise in the temple. He worked with a lot of very skillful and anointed people. And so one of the people he worked with is Korah. And Korah and his sons write this great psalm. He says, sing praises to God, sing praises unto our King, sing praises. For God is the King of all the earth, sing ye praises with understanding. You know, many times when we think about praise, we think about it in several ways. We think about it as what we declare as a response to what God has done, and that is rightly so. We have different ways we have done praises over the years. Praise, we have said already, that is something greatly established by God. That doesn't necessarily need us even to express, to God's glory. But many times when you have done something over a time, you can become complacent, or you can become familiar, and you would treat it trivially. So it's important to hear words that resonate with what we have come to do is, and that is what Korah and the sons write. In this text, what Korah points out is to point to God as a king, and that is very important for Israel, because in Israel in those days, a king is ranked based on his level of conquest. You know, if you are able to win more wars, if you could kill more enemies, if you could ransack more nations, then your rank is so high. And so Israel understood what a king really looks like. And in the same verse, if you looked at it, you would see, or in the same context, you would see that earlier on, Korah and the sons had spoken about the fact that God is gone up with a shout. And by saying that, he's talking about what actually introduces God. And that has to do with the shofar. It's the shout, the trumpet, the sound or the voice of the trumpet. So he's talking about how we get to celebrate a king, or how we get to announce his presence. And he's saying God is so terrible that when his presence is announced, you cannot take it lightly. Israel already had that experience. So in the days of Moses, when they have to come before God, you would see that out of nowhere there would be the sound of a trumpet, and they don't know where it's coming from, and there is thunderings and lightnings, and they would run away so that Moses would go and face God, because they cannot stand his presence. So Korah is reminding us that this personality we have come to, who we say we are giving praise to, is actually wilder than the king of Israel. Like if you look at David, he was a warrior from his youth. And so if David was coming into a camp after a great conquest, and then they were announcing his presence, you couldn't be there and be idle. You couldn't be there and be absent-minded. You couldn't be there and choose to do something else apart from the praise or honoring him as the king. But Korah says that for God is the king of all the earth, which means that we are looking at a personality that is greater than the king of Israel, greater than every king combined, a very terrific king. And so he says, sing praises with understanding. If you look at the word he's looking at when he says praises, he's looking at the word zama. It's talking about the kind of praise where you actually use instruments, like to strike with the fingers. And obviously you would understand that means you have to be careful, because this has to be with instrumentation. You don't just play. It comes with skill and real practice. And so when he says sing praises with understanding, he's trying to say take your time and do this very well. But beyond the music, he's saying you have to know who you have come to. This is the terrific king. This is God, king of all the earth. When you come before the presence of God to worship Him, whether in your home or in the corporate service, in a church or anywhere, understand who you have come to. You have not come to a place where you can do selfie. You have not come to a place where you can be taking pictures. You know how they do. No, you have not come to that place. You have come to a terrific King. So when you come in, even though He is your Father and even though He is your Lord, understand He is the owner of everything. So don't be familiar. Don't get complacent. Don't take your phone. Don't play. Don't know. Give Him all the attention and the honor He deserves. Sing praises to our King. Sing praises. Sing praises to the King of Kings. Sing praises. For God is the God of all the earth. He is the King of all the earth. Sing ye praises with understanding. The next time I see you, I trust that you will be testifying that you have offered to the King of all the earth the praise due Him because you have understanding. I'll see you again another time. God bless you. Bye bye.